all praises to the Most High. Shalom, Israel. Here's the details for our 10th month ancient Hebrew calendar. In my previous video, I communicated that I wanted to follow up with everyone after we ended the Feast of Dedication. And we ended the Feast of Dedication here on our second day of our 10th month. From a Gregorian calendar perspective, it was December the 21st. And here we are today on our sixth day. From a Gregorian calendar perspective, December the 25th. I'm praying and encouraging everyone to stay in the Spirit on this day. Amen. All praises to the Most High. So as I've always done in the past, I just briefly go over our calendar. And today I'm going to also touch on our ancient history, which I have highlighted throughout the calendar in gold. And from left to right, I just want to note our days of creation. Our first day of creation through our seventh day of creation. There's no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is documented in Genesis. Father Yahawah gave us days of creation. Amen. All praises. So we have no feast days in the month, in the 10th month. But we do have a ton of ancient history that I want to touch on. And I want to first start here with Esther. Esther chapter 2, verse 16. Family, I want to encourage everyone to go and study our ancient history. These prophecies, this ancient history will be a blessing to you as well as your family. But in the 10th month, Esther was taken to the king. And because of her obedience, she received favor from everyone in the kingdom as well as the king. And she was used by Father Yahawah to save our people during that time. So I want to encourage you all to go and read this ancient history about our Foremother Esther. Powerful word. Amen. All praises. Now here on this fifth day, Ezekiel chapter 33 verses 21 through 33, Ezekiel prophesies that the disobedient will fall by the sword. In past videos, I talked about the hedge of protection, being under that umbrella of protection of Father Yahawah, by always staying in the Spirit, by being obedient and following Father Yahawah's laws, statutes, and commandments. Self-examination is very important, always falling back, self-examining yourselves, studying to find out what areas need to be corrected so that we can turn from our wicked ways. Those who do not adhere to the instructions of Father Yahawah, Yahawah, his son, the disciples, the prophets, when all hell is breaking loose right now, but when it intensifies, those who are not obedient will fall by the sword. Family, I want to encourage you to go to Ezekiel chapter 33 and read in detail verses 21 through 33 and receive the word from our forefather Ezekiel, from Father Yahawah. Amen. All praise to the Most High. Now, here again, the Father Yahawah is working mightily through our forefather Ezekiel. Here's another word that came from Father Yahawah through Ezekiel in Ezekiel chapter 29, verses 1 through 9. And that word came through Ezekiel against Egypt. Okay. There is a spiritual Egypt that's noted in Revelations chapter 11, verse 8. And that precept notes the spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Egypt. That same word that came to Ezekiel concerning Egypt and Pharaoh back in that time is going to come against this spiritual Egypt as well. And again, that precept is Revelations chapter 11, verse 8. And we are in the spiritual Egypt right now. And that same word is going to come against that spiritual Egypt. Amen. All praises. Now, moving along to day 10. Now, here in day 10, you have two references, 2 Kings chapter 25, verse 1, and Jeremiah chapter 52, verses 4. The king of Babylon, the heathen king, came against Jerusalem, our nation, our people, on this 10th day. Well, in these last days, the same thing is going to happen, and we must be prepared again through obedience, the hedge of protection, the covering, us being hid by Father Yahawah from all the calamity will happen in these last days through obedience. As Yahawah encouraged us in Matthew chapter 24, we must endure unto the end. And the only way that we're going to be able to endure unto the end is through being obedient to Father Yahawah's law, statutes, and commandments, while having faith in his Son, Yahawah, the Black Messiah. And you can reference that in Revelations chapter 14, verse 12. But family, I encourage you all, make haste, hearken to these prophecies. Go and read, family, 2 Kings chapter 25, verse 1, and you can also read more context in this chapter. And then also Jeremiah chapter 52, verse 4. Again, you can read tons of context in this chapter concerning the king of Babylon coming against Jerusalem. Okay, and these kings in these last days represent this same type of spirit that the king of Babylon had in the ancient days. Okay, all praises. Now, this 12th day is a very important day. And I want to encourage you all, family, to adhere to this fast that's commanded by Father Yahawah in this 10th month. Okay? In Zechariah chapter 8, verses 19, we will partake in our 10th month fast and prayer. Okay? And this will happen on the 12th day of this month. From a Gregorian calendar perspective, that's December the 31st. We're going to fast and we're going to pray. Amen? Let me just get that real quick. Let me get that precept. Here it is. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 19, and I reference our 10th month fast and prayer. Verse 19 says, "Thus said Father Yahawah of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, the fast of the 5th month, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th," which is right now. We're in the 10th month. And the 10th month, 12th day of the month, I want to encourage everyone to come together and fast and pray. Again, from the Gregorian perspective, that's going to be December the 31st. And I'll show you all that again here when I flip back over to the calendar. But it also says, closing out this verse, it says, "Shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness." Doing this fast, we're going to partake in it, and we're going to do it with a spirit of joy and gladness. Okay? All praises to the Most High. Now, here again is the date of our fast for this month, the 12th day of our Hebrew calendar, and from a Gregorian calendar perspective is December the 31st. Okay? Now, I've also updated our high holy days for 2025. This is our annual Hebrew calendar. Okay? And we just, again, come out of the Feast of Dedication. And the new moon was prior to the end of closing out the Feast of Dedication. And again, we have no high holy days throughout the 10th month. But I want to encourage you all, family, to enjoy studying this ancient history and reading up on the prophecies of our forefathers, and stay in the spirit today. Okay? We have a lot of demonic spirits that are roaming about to sow stumbling blocks to keep us from holding our course on this narrow path. Family, enjoy your day, and I hope this information on our Hebrew calendar and our ancient days is a blessing to you and your family. And I pray that you all continue to have an awesome week as we prepare for our upcoming Sabbath. Have a blessed day, family. Shalom.
I gotta thank Yahawah for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Yah and the faith of Mashiach. Whoa, yeah. I gotta thank Yahawah for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Yah and the faith of the Mashiach. Oh, yeah, whoa. I'm here to encourage you, brothers and sisters, trying to paint to you a better picture. Everything I say, I back it up with the scriptures to get you out the matrix. It's been over 400 years of life. You gotta open up your eyes, 'cause there's so many reasons we in captivity. You gotta flee from the heathens. There is hope in our future, even though they trying to do us in. But we live to fight another day. Vengeance is Yah. We'll be praying for Yahawah's day. I gotta thank Yahawah for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Whoa. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Yah, commandments of the Yah, and the faith of Mashiach. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah. I gotta thank Yahawah for being the chosen seed of Israel. Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Yah, and the faith of the Mashiach.